for attending.
All right, morning, Facebook folks.
517-TRADE, 888-517-8723, or OTAclass.com, 888-517-TRADE, or OTAclass.com.
Attention! If you have bad credit, you're probably routinely turned down for loans or financing. Whether you're getting a car, a house, or a credit card, having good credit gives you the opportunities you deserve. Safe Credit Solutions knows how easy it is to let your credit get away from you. And we've helped so many people in similar situations repair their credit. Our team of FICO
People
certified
just like
professionals
you.
can help no matter how bad it's gotten. But you need to call us at 855-450-9944. We'll examine your credit report and help you get it back to where you want it, allowing you to qualify for that new car, house, or card. If you're serious about repairing your credit, call us at 855-450-9944.
Only if you're serious.
Only, yeah, if you're not
affordable
serious,
month-to-month plan for you to repair your
you're
credit
just like a
effectively and
jokester,
provide immediate
little
service
huckster.
to help
They
you
just
get
answer
your
the
credit
phone.
back.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Some of our clients have seen results in as few as 30 to 45 days.
Right.
Our consultants are standing by to help. 855-450-9944. 855-450-9944. 855-450-9944.
The following program, paid for by Right Path Real Estate, does not necessarily
All right, gentlemen.
All right.
You guys ready?
I'm ready, Nikki.
Yay!
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guy that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
All right, fellas, hot mics.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Welcome to the show, Ryan McCarthy.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here.
It's 713 day. Did you know that?
Yeah, it is. 713-785-1817.
There it is.
There you go. 713-785-1817. We're a call-in show. You may want to call in, ask some questions. We've got a huge
Please.
announcement we're going to make. So we're here to talk about real estate, talking about your better financial future, talking about retirement.
Retirement.
Yeah, retirement's huge.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, what's more important, like, I've been up on stage before and said, hey, what's the age of retirement? And the numbers that you normally hear, 60,
Old.
65,
Older,
70,
yeah.
75. And then you say, well, what's the age of financial freedom?
Mm-hmm.
And it's whatever number you want to put on it.
Really, whatever age you choose.
Yeah, right.
It
really
can be, right?
It can be, right. Yeah. And so when I say, I was actually in Dallas on Wednesday night and talking to this. He's with Goldman Sachs. Just got transferred from Manhattan to Dallas.
Okay.
So he's with Goldman Sachs, and I said, hey, what's the age for you for retirement? He goes, oh man, it's way out there. I don't even know really. And I go, okay, well, then what's the age of financial freedom? And he goes, I need about $10,000 a month.
Wow.
And I go, well, have you ever done the math on that? I mean, $10,000 a month. If you had, like, let's call it 33 rental houses at $300 a month, pretty much gets you to $10,000 a month just in passive income.
Yeah.
And I said, so 33, if you're out of pocket, we started doing some math. It came down to he'd need about $500,000, for down payments, things like that, in order to buy 33 rental houses. Now, most people, in order to get to $10,000 a month, the rule of thumb is 25 times what you want to make annually. So you need about $3 million to get to $10,000 a month if you're just getting regular returns and all that.
That should say something, though. Someone who's at Goldman Sachs in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Who probably got promoted to Dallas, right? And he still doesn't really understand how to get there necessarily. He probably is really good at looking at the charts and graphs on the stock market.
His specialty is commercial real estate for Goldman Sachs.
Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, so you would think, but oftentimes if you're a specialist, you don't go to a pediatric brain surgeon to ask about, a mole, right? I mean, although they've been through medical school, it's like that was so long ago. I mean that. So I'm talking to this guy, and I go, well, how, do you have $500,000, set aside that you could put to work? He goes, I'm about halfway there. I'm like, well, then, you could get 16 or 17 houses right now. You'd be to like $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Plus the appreciation and growth that you could get. I mean, and then we could teach you how to wholesale and flip to get the other. I mean, like
and
5 flips.
Really doesn't matter where you are. And I was talking to a couple last night, and they had, they had a little bit less than most of the folks that come in here. But I said, don't worry. It doesn't matter where you start.
No, right.
You just got to start.
Take
it
action.
We can get there, and really we could take that goal at the end of it and just apply the math to it. Now you're going to have to work a little harder.
Right.
Maybe the process takes a little longer.
Right.
But if you stick to it,
like I told him, I said, hey, if you had the $500,000 right now, you could be retired by the end of the year.
Right.
You could be.
Right.
I mean, because maybe it takes a year to buy, those properties, and now maybe it's 2 years or 3 years, because it's really how quickly do you want to flip. I mean, in order to get the other 250, you could do 10 flips, make $25,000 a flip.
Right. You got a little logjam cash wise.
Yeah, right.
A couple flips.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could be there. But so let's go ahead and make our huge announcement. So
huge.
Man, it's hot out there.
Yeah, it is.
It's really hot. It's summertime. Jason and I, we were driving back from Dallas from the event, and we were the caddy, the AC was on, but the temperature was hot. I think the heat got to our brain a little bit.
It fried it a little bit.
I think it did. And what we know is we've had a lot of interest in the July weekend event, right? And so
tremendous.
And so it's not just a ticket to the weekend event anymore. What we've done is we've really created this club level that you can come to the weekend event as many times as you want for the next 12 months. And the price for that is typically only $497.
Right.
However,
that's
absolutely right. And I want to tell. We'll go through all the things that are included, because it's not just the weekend event. But what we've done is we've created this entire value package, and we've got a coupon code that we're going to give away. It's all caps. It's the word July. I mean, how can you forget that? We're in July.
Just pull up a calendar.
Just to go, what month is this? It's July. Put in July, and you get the entire value stack for $197. Now, let me tell you what all's included. And right, so you get $300 off the ticket.
Yeah.
But that's starting in July. It's for July. You can come to our weekend event, July 21st and 22nd. That's 2 days. It's not this weekend. It's the next weekend. You also get our full vendor program, because we recognize that this is a team sport.
Absolutely.
You're not in business by yourself. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Team's already built here.
Team's already built.
Yeah.
You also get the unlimited weekend events for the entire year. You get the bus tour. So, like, we're going to do an event July 21st and 22nd. You're going to learn all this information. You're like, man, I'm so excited. I want to go buy some properties. But how do I find? So imagine if you could go on a bus tour, and on that bus tour, we're just going to take a tour of properties that are available for sale that are great investment properties, and there's going to be a contractor on the bus tour. There's going to be an inspector on the bus tour. There's going to be an appraiser on the bus tour.
The money. There's going to be the money on the bus tour.
There's going to be a lender.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the lender.
We got to have the money, man. Yeah.
I mean, what if you already know what the numbers are, if you already know what the appraisal is, you already have the money lined up. I mean, what else is there? I mean, it's like we're laying out. I mean, if you're hungry for a deal, we're just laying out the buffet for you
out there.
So you come into the weekend event, the 21st and 22nd. That next Saturday is July 28th. That's our next bus tour. But part of this special price, you get the bus tours for the next year. That's free. Incredible. You don't have to pay anything to be on the bus tour. Not only that, you get to go on a hard hat tour.
Yeah, that's fun.
Now, we provide, you don't have to bring your hard hat, because you're like, Tom, where do I go buy a hard hat?
You can bring your own hard hat. In fact, like the people who are bowlers, they bring their own ball.
You can bring, if you have one.
If you have a special hard hat, you can.
With all the stickers and stuff. Yeah,
right.
So
encourage that.
You can. So we provide hard hats, because we're going to actually walk you through a construction site, let you see what that's like. You also get our Real Estate 101 video content. That's over 60 hours of pre-recorded content that's really the foundation. It lays the foundation of how to invest in real estate. You get access to a special Facebook group. you get a vocabulary sheet.
That's important.
Man, I have to say I've been in several different industries. My favorite industry so far of all of them, people that I was. In fact, last night I was in this meeting like, what all have you done? I'm like, man, if you really want my entire resume, that's going to take a little while. But
it's a book.
But what I've recognized is, like at one time I owned a photography business, and photography has its own language. I mean, like, tell me what an f-stop is.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, because you're not in that business, and if anybody that's in the photography business,
if someone stops real close, and you almost hit them.
It has nothing to do with the F series Lexus, right?
Right.
No, it's not. It's not how quickly a F type.
Series.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not that. So,
but if you don't understand that language, you're lost. If you're in that business, right?
Yeah.
Same way.
Yeah. And in healthcare, I owned a health insurance agency prior to Obamacare. And, you understand like deductibles and co-insurance and, and co-pays and those kind of things. And sometimes we know those, but there's underwriting and those kind of terms, risk factors, all those. It has its own vocabulary. Guess what? Agents have their vocabulary, but real estate investors, they have their own, like predicted future value, things like that. And you don't have to go into a meeting and go, what are they talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
You start to understand that.
So you get a vocabulary sheet. You also get an ebook. Here's a huge one. The Deal Analyzer.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
If only we had the Deal Analyzer when we first got started. This is a spreadsheet. You plug in the deets, the details about a particular deal. The square footage. You plug in the PFV. You plug in repair numbers. It'll analyze the deal as a rental or as a flip.
Yeah.
I mean,
it gives you the returns, gives you the margins. I mean, it just automatically says, hey, this is it's binary. It's a deal or it's not.
Correct. Yeah. Red light or green light.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and then really it helps you define if it's a deal based on your own investing criteria. That's one of the things we talked about last night is that everybody's got their own investing criteria.
Of course they do,
Some people are seeking cash flows. Some people are looking for long-term wealth building. You also get...
You're not even halfway through the list
here.
Man.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You get a map to success. Most people don't have a map right now that gives them, I need to do this, this, and this. You wake up in the morning, people put their to-do list together, but is it prioritized in terms of their goals?
Right.
So many times we get distracted with the things that are urgent, but not necessarily important.
That's massively important, yeah.
So I want to give again... Even though it's summertime, the code is not summer.
It's not summer.
The code is July. So if you go to rightpathrealestate.com, go to events, go to the weekend event, and put in the code July. We don't have the entire value stack up on the website right now, but by the end of the day, it will be there. So
1 minute.
So I want to let you know it will all be up there by the end of the day today. We'll be talking more about this on the other side of the break. We've had some great meetings. It's amazing the feedback that we're getting, the results that we're getting. We'll talk a little bit more about
it's been a lot of fun.
Next Thursday, a week from yesterday. Next Thursday, we're going to be having a case study.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more about that on the other side of the break. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Don't be afraid to give us a call, 713-785-1817.
Just pick up the phone. We'll talk.
Just, put the digits in. I loved watching this in live. No, the song.
Oh,
Freddie Mercury.
Oh, that's right. You saw Queen.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that movie that comes out
with the guy from American Idol.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
he's supposed to have been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, he said it pretty well.
You saw him at the Summit.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. They played the Astrodome.
Oh, did they? I didn't see that.
They?
I don't remember that.
No.
I saw him at the Summit. Yeah. Huge show. Just
I want to say my uncle it went to that show at the maybe it wasn't the Astrodome, maybe it was the Summit. I don't know.
I remember that. I'd been to a few other concerts before. Seen Bob Seger and some others. Bob Seger's just old town rock and roll. But in terms of like lighting and all that, Queen put on such a light show, and then this was like pre-lasers and all that. Lasers hadn't been invented yet.
Right. Not invented.
No, right. Well, at least maybe military they had been, but not for concerts, right? Yeah.
Right.
But they had these. It looked almost like a bumper car. So imagine a bumper car like with cables and all that kind of stuff. And this guy would ride in this thing, and it had like a red, blue, and green light on it. And this guy could he could move all around the stage, and he could get like right above you and be like lighting you up. You're one of the musicians,
Really?
It was just crazy how this guy was like controlling this thing. He could move it left and right and up and down, and all front and back. I mean, it's all like 4 dimensionals.
That was, I mean, I'm like a cutting edge.
Oh my God! I was like, what?
Yeah, mind blowing. Yeah. I'm huge on that. The being able to see these legends.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just having that experience. That's what life is about, right? These experiences.
Yeah.
And I mean, being able to see Queen. I mean, in my lifetime, I've been able to see quite a few concerts, but obviously, some have passed before my time. We watched this special on Elvis.
Oh yeah, I saw him at the Astrodome.
Get out of it.
How much it's worth.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he was incredible.
Yeah, he did like something like 6,000 live performances.
I know, right?
Yeah. Guy was a machine.
Yeah.
You never really think about that.
Right.
But just, I love music so much, and to be able to see those legends like that. Queen and Elvis, Tom. All right, you're on the cool list.
I've seen U2.
Sure. U2?
Yeah.
Not as big of a U2 fan.
But still, legends, right?
They are legendary.
Probably the worst, the great tenors. Bocelli, the blind tenor, you know what I'm talking about? Probably the worst concert I've seen.
Bocelli, huh?
Yeah.
No go on that.
No. Nope.
There you go.
Seen Elton John. Saw him in Cynthia Woods.
I'd like to see, he plays with Billy Joel. That would be cool.
Oh my God, yeah.
ACL, Paul McCartney's going to be there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
That's a bucket list.
Yeah.
1 minute till we're back.
All right, cool.
Just the sound of that.
Yeah, you know what I didn't like about Bocelli is like he goes up to the microphone and he just sings, and then that's it. I mean, like turn on a CD, close your eyes, you're
doing the same thing, right?
And like Elton John, he's such a showman, He's like
so he didn't have the light show. He doesn't have
no light show, no talking to the audience between hey, this song's about this,
right.
Elton John was like, man, this is what was going on in my life, and this is kind of the backstory. Yeah, right. I mean, that's
what you want to hear.
That's why you want to see a live event, right? You want to know what all is going on. Yeah. I mean,
that's the point.
That's the point, right? Yeah, right. Interacting with the audience, right? There was no interaction with the audience.
He's just like,
Queen interacted with the audience.
That's
communication.
That's so cool.
Bob Seger interacted with the audience too. It was a good show. It was a really good show. But
give me a call today.
But Bocelli, no. Close your eyes, turn on the CD.
There it is.
You got it.
There it is.
About how we can help you on your next transaction.
Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Ed.
This is Business
Aaron.
1110.
Making it happen here.
All right, guys, mics are hot.
All right, they're hot. They're not only the mics hot. This offer is hot.
This offer's hot.
This summer is hot. That's why you got to put in July, because you get the weekend workshop July 21st and 22nd. In fact, it's every weekend workshop, which is typically the third weekend of the month. That's a Saturday, Sunday. Come in. You could come in 12 times if you wanted.
That's packed. You might have to come in a couple times because it is packed with so much information.
Yeah.
I mean, you go there, you might learn something you missed before because it is. Yeah,
you would definitely.
It's like turning on a fire hose and just trying to drink out of it, right? It's a lot of information.
It'll hurt your lips.
It will. That will. Trauma to the lip area. Yeah.
You also get the vendor program.
Yeah.
I've been when I owned Fast Track. I was a vendor for a lot of different real estate investing groups, but man, our vendor program, they're to people that we've used or people that we have relationships with, people that we trust.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in our mastermind group last night, and somebody was saying, "Hey, what would you do in this situation?" I said, "Man, first thing that I would do is I'd call Foundation Check."
Yeah.
And what about He said, "Hey, they've been." I've called them, and it's been kind of tough getting them to call me back. And we're like, well, here's the secret. Within the group, it's like when you have a relationship with these folks, like, look, they're really busy because, I was just talking to them the other day, and they're really busy. Text them. They respond a whole lot better with text.
The thing about our vendor program is that they are the best in the industry.
Right.
When you're the best in the industry,
you're in demand.
Man, you're in demand.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will tell you about the vendor program for me and just having that team.
Yep.
That is where the rubber met the road for me because they're doing it every day.
Yep.
And they understand it, and just being able to talk to them about what they're seeing in the market.
Right.
They're there. Elijah comes in here and he doesn't talk about sheetrock and paint and stuff like
Although
that.
Although
he could. Absolutely. Yeah, he could.
Sure.
You definitely go into it, but he talks about what he's seeing in the market. How valuable is that? Someone who's doing that much volume.
Yeah, imagine if you're looking at 5 deals a month, for example, and they're looking at 100 deals a month. And you combine the 100 deals a month that they're looking at with a different 100 deals a month that somebody else, and then with our entire collective group, the number of deals that we look at as a group, it's like, oh my gosh, if we don't have a finger on the pulse of the market, I don't know who does. And that's nationwide too, though.
Nationwide.
You also get the bus tour. You're always on the bus tour now. You lead the bus tour.
I love them.
So tell me what's the concept, the mindset of the bus tour.
Well, it's educational first and foremost. A lot of this stuff, for these new investors, they're the only experience they've had of houses that maybe need repair is HGTV.
Right, sure.
They're looking at it
or the one they live in, right?
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, and it's like, it's Angie's List, or it's, or John Moore, which those guys are retail. They're not cheap.
In terms of the vendors that come on that. But going out to these properties, seeing them, touching them, feeling them, smelling them, seeing the neighborhoods. Right. Starting to look at, understand the sub-markets for these neighborhoods. Right. You start to develop what type of investor you want to be. You start to really understand, I do like this, or maybe your risk tolerance in terms of rehabs. Right. And you start to understand, you get more comfortable with it. And that's the only way you can take action in this industry is really having a level of comfort.
Absolutely.
Right, based on your risk tolerance. And I think more than anything, the value on the bus tour is actually seeing these properties, understanding it. It becomes real at that point.
Absolutely.
Looking at numbers, looking at, this, that, and the other thing.
It takes it out of the realm of theoretical. Right. It's a little bit, I remember when I was in college, I started out pre-med, and I, taking chemistry, for example, or biology. Right. You're in the classroom and you're, it's a 3-hour class, but they make you take a lab. And although you only get 1 hour of credit, you spend 3 hours in the lab. And it's, what you're learning in the classroom, then you're doing the experiments in the lab, and you're like, oh, now you're putting
connect the dots.
Oh my gosh! Then it just takes the whole understanding and comprehension to another level. And you're like, oh, it becomes from theoretical that maybe I can do it, but I'm not really sure I got this.
Right. And then you also on the bus, you're seeing other people do it. People who've come in just like you.
And sometimes, I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but sometimes you're like, man, if that guy can do it.
Right.
Right?
I'm comfortable doing it.
Yeah. Sometimes I've seen people up on stage before, and I'm like, they did it? Yeah. Oh my God, then I know I can nail this, right?
All they did was take action.
Right.
That's it.
Like, they don't have anything on me.
Nah.
Right.
That's it. The only difference is if you're sitting in the crowd and you're like, I haven't done it yet, you have someone on stage, they've taken action.
Right.
That is the only difference.
Right.
It doesn't matter
where
they
put their
started,
head down, they're
it.
like, they had faith. And faith plus action. Plus some direction, right?
Absolutely.
Leading towards your goals.
You can't fail.
It's hard. It's
also on the bus tour, we're talking about the vendors that come on that, and the information you gain from that piece of it.
Right.
Right in real time at the house. Walking around a house with an inspector, you're going to see things you've never even considered.
You wouldn't even know to look for.
No.
Right.
No, I learned stuff.
Because what I notice a lot of people look at is they look at the floor and like, oh man, this floor is so messed up. But they're not necessarily looking at, what's the how much brick ledge, below the how much ground do you have below the brick ledge on the foundation, which is like, that's way more important than you're like, that's so you learn to prioritize because you're seeing it through the eyes of a pro.
Yeah, and you start to learn that. You start to understand that.
Yeah,
that's how you become more comfortable.
Right.
That's how you can take the action. You don't have to know that stuff.
You don't.
Right. You don't have to.
As long as you surround yourself with people
as long as you
do.
have the team. Right. But understanding it gives you that level of comfort.
So just to reiterate, our big announcement is
huge announcement.
In our entire value stack, we normally sell it for $497, but if you go to rightpathrealestate.com, punch in the coupon code JULY. It's all in caps, JULY. It will take $300 off of that, and you'll be at our club level membership for only $197, and you get. It's hard to put a value on this because you know what? How do you put a value on a deal analyzer?
Yeah.
I mean, if you get kind of like it's not really as simple as a red light, green light, but what it does, it gives you ratios and it gives you returns, and you go, you know what, this is the rate of return I'm looking for. It's almost like a stock filter. You know, if you were going to invest in stock, and you said, I only want stocks that are paying a dividend of this amount. Well, that eliminates a lot of things right off the bat. You may say, I only want it to pay, 50 cents of dividend a quarter or something like that. Then show me all those stocks, right?
Yeah.
Well, this, you can plug in any single deal, and it will tell you what that return is predicted to be.
If it's a hero or zero.
Right, and you go...
The way you look at it is, in this value stack, do you think if you decide to move forward as a real estate investor, are you going to save $197 with any one of these things? I mean, that's the way. That's
you spend $197. I mean, but you may say, "Well, Tom, I'm pretty good with Excel, and I can put together a spreadsheet." But you'd spend $197 in time,
just in time.
I mean, because it's going to take you. I mean, to tweak it and
if
it's
you're good at Excel. You probably make more than $10 an hour at your job, right?
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
probably.
You're probably going to spend 20 hours on
at
that.
least.
Yeah,
at least. So you also get the map to success, and I wish I could. I need the map to success. Maybe during the next break, we'll go through all the details of the map to success. But that's a given. I mean, I went on vacation last week, and I didn't have to have a map because I had a guide. We went out and swam with whale sharks,
that's
and
awesome.
and I didn't need to. I didn't have to have a map to get out to where the whale sharks are because somebody showed me the way, and I just sat there and enjoyed the ride.
Yeah.
And we got out there, and they put us right. I mean, you should have seen it. They showed up, and this whale shark just put his mouth up on the surface. He's just sucking in the water. It was amazing. But I'm like, if I'd have been out there trying to find where he was, they put me right on top of him. I mean, because they had it in the GPS.
That's the thing. That's the thing, and I mean, in life in general, but real estate especially, is other people's knowledge. Man.
Oh my gosh,
mean, you leverage into that.
Go to the front of the class.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
right. And what is funny about a map?
Yep.
Right, is that most of us were not given the proper map. We were given the map that our parents used, and God bless them.
Yeah,
right?
They did the best they could.
They did the best they could.
Right.
But for me, I know.
Yeah.
I wanted a different path. But where do I get that?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't go back. Hey, mom and dad, tell me something different.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, well, we gave you, what we knew, and that's fine.
We're maxed out.
We're maxed out.
We poured it all into you.
Yeah. It's on now. As an adult, it's on me.
Right.
Yeah. It's my responsibility. And then when I have other people that I'm responsible for, I have to take that map now.
Right.
I have to find that map.
Right.
And then I have to take action along those lines. But if you don't have a map, you cannot take action.
You cannot.
That is just, I mean, you'd be bumping around Mexico looking for whale sharks. I mean, Mexico's a pretty big country.
Right. Hey, you know what else you get? We did a special event. What we know is that there is a lot of there are a lot of real estate gurus out there.
A few, yeah.
And there, I would say there's a majority of them, meaning more than half, that don't actually do real estate. And the unfortunate thing about that, in fact, talking to this guy up in Dallas last week, or on Wednesday, he asked me, he says, well, y'all do real estate. I'm like, yeah, how could you not? Because, if I look at what we were doing, 3 years ago is not the same thing that we're doing now, right? I talked to another guy that used to be with a wholesaling business, real big, and he was up in Dallas also, and he goes, man, that makes so much sense because most people, when they start teaching, they quit doing it.
Right.
Well, I say that puts you out of date, right? one of the things that we did is we put out a challenge nationwide, and we said if you've invested $20,000 or more in real estate education and you're not where you want to be, you feel like that you're stuck someplace, that person that you paid all that money to couldn't get you unstuck, right? Then if you'll fly in from anywhere in the country, we will spend one-on-one time with you and fix your issue.
Wow.
And we created a video recording of that. And it's over 3 hours of content. And what I can tell you is there were about 9 people that had flown in free of charge. Jason and I sat down with them, spent a whole evening with them, videotaped the whole thing. You get that video as part of this one. That by itself, we have sold just that video by itself for $9.97, and you get that as part of this package for only $197. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817, 713-785-1817. We'll keep going on the other side of the break.
Mike's off.
Yes, he is. Bob Seger is the boss. Actually, Bruce Springsteen, and he's the boss. But
Maggie and I went to.
But Bob Seger is amazing. Yeah. But I have seen Bruce Springsteen.
We went to Jersey. We actually saw the Stone Pony where
Sylvester
Bruce Springsteen actually started there.
Oh yeah, wow.
In not Neptune, New Jersey.
Someplace in
Asbury Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the boardwalk there.
Yeah, right.
The Stone Pony, where you got. I mean, you just imagine being in that environment.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Yeah. That's crazy.
My business partner loves. He's seen Bruce Springsteen probably 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Richard says math. Math's important.
Yeah, mathing is a big part of what we do here.
Yeah.
Visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN.
Yeah, the 3-hour coaching mastermind, that was
$24 trillion.
That's cool. I mean, because you get to see and hear. I guess everybody. I haven't seen it, but I assume you get to see everybody's. I mean they had a failure path through with a guru, and you get to see that process.
Fact
and understand it.
Richard's on that video.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was like
Matt.
Yeah,
Maddie.
Yeah.
What's up, boy?
Yeah.
Foundation Check has been in business since 2009.
Richard's on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I met with them last night actually.
But both of them were on that video. That was their first introduction to us. They came in from Austin, and they had gone someplace else. One of the big national former TV stars, and all that. Did that whole deal, and they were stuck, and it was I have to say it was powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we connected. Yeah.
That's the best part of what we do.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
702-3825. Or you can reach us online.
The video from when you remember we videoed that event that y'all came into our office. We did it in Jason's office around the conference room table. We videoed that entire thing. We created a 3-hour video on that. And
or reach us on the web at FastTrack.
So yeah, y'all were there.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Yeah. Lindsay says she came out of that event with almost a notebook full of notes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Use a detailed scope of work.
I think for Lindsay, life became crystal clear for Lindsay in that event. We really.
So it gets done fast.
It was emotional. It was powerful. Yeah, I mean it was. Yeah,
that's what I think. The reality of this is that's what everyone's worried about is making that mistake.
Yeah, right.
And then once you do it, you look and you go, man, what now? What?
Yeah, right.
And to have
1 minute, guys.
The ability to come in and
the problem with with everyone, if you get stuck someplace in life, you cannot get yourself unstuck.
No.
If you could, you wouldn't be stuck in the first place.
You're using the same thinking that got you stuck in the first place. Right.
That's
usually fear-based, possible, right?
Yeah, of course.
Most of the time.
Or it's because you can't see what it is that
you're too close to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah,
that's the purpose of a mentor.
Right. Yeah.
For first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking meeting.
That's just next week.
Lots of fun, lots of great real estate.
Stand by, guys.
All right.
See you there.
This is Business 1110.
Mike's hot, guys.
All right, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate, 713-785-1817. I'm sure there's somebody out there. You know, one of the challenges I like to do when I'm up on stage is I like to ask the audience, interactive, like, hey, if there was one thing you could get answered today that would cause you to pull the trigger on your first real estate deal, or you say, we see a lot of people like, oh man, I bought 5 properties, 3 years ago, but I haven't bought one since because of blank, and there's a lot of different things on there, and that's where they're stuck, right? And I bet that there's somebody, that would like to call in today, and oftentimes people are like, but I'm afraid to call. Hey, when you got to conquer your fears in life.
It's hard to ask for help. I find as a human and in that experience, man, asking for help is probably the best thing you can do, but it's sometimes the hardest thing you can do. Right?
Call in 713-785-1817.
Let's go.
Jamie saying Gig'em and Bob Seger, definitely Tom Show. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Jamie. That's awesome. So you can call us in 713-785-1817 if you want to ask a question. Now, back to, so I was talking a little bit about this video.
Yeah.
So imagine being able to watch other people's lives get, where they're pouring their heart out. Like, this is where we're struggling. And the number one theme that came out of the entire event was in fact, 95% of the people that were in that had flown in that were stuck, they actually didn't clearly know where they were trying to get to.
And they had already been at another program, another guru.
Every single. In fact, in order to get in the room, the criteria was must have spent at least $20,000. Now, some people were more, but had to be a minimum. So, in other words, these are people that were committed, right? So I had to have spent a minimum of $20,000 with some other guru.
They took that leap of faith. They took that action.
Took that action, and then most people, when they make a financial commitment, they're also making an intellectual commitment. They're making an emotional heart commitment. They're typically making a time commitment as well, right?
Sure.
It's really oftentimes it's like buying a franchise without the franchise, right? Yeah. So they're committing to following the process, right? And so if you followed their process and you're still stuck, why is that? Well, one of the reasons why we see that most people are stuck is they don't clearly set, this is where I want to be a year from now.
Yeah.
This is where I want to be 3 years from now. This is where I want to be 5 years from now.
Yeah, it's becoming a cliche.
Oh my gosh.
But beginning with the end in mind.
Yes.
Is the most important thing. It almost doesn't even matter.
No.
Right? You have to have a target in order to try to hit a bullseye.
It's like playing pin the tail on the donkey.
Yeah. With no donkey?
With no donkey. Or you blindfold, spin around.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're spinning and spinning and spinning, and then somebody says, "Okay, stop." And then I can't see anything.
Right.
I don't know where I'm going. Right? We've used this analogy before. People have heard it, but it's worth repeating. You show up to the airport. And you haven't decided where you're going yet, right?
Yeah.
And then always right above, I call it, it's not the gangplank, it's the jetway, right?
Okay.
It's the jetway. Right above the jetway, it always has the destination, right? Like if it says Vegas, okay, I want to go to Vegas, let's go there, right?
Yeah.
If it says Philadelphia, I want to go to Philadelphia, get on. That's where that plane's going. Imagine you go up there and all the the sign is broken, right? Would you get on that plane? Hey, we can't tell you where it's going.
We don't really know. But
hop on.
Yeah.
Because there are worse places than here.
Right.
What if it's going to Kabul, Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Hey, we got a caller. We're going to get to that. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Welcome, caller.
Good morning. This is Maria from Kansas City.
Hey, welcome.
Hey,
How
Maria.
are you? Tell me your name one more time.
Maria.
Hi, Maria. How can we help you today?
Yes. Okay. So you talk about a classic, roadmap and I feel like I've taken action. I've gone out there, and we're up to 8 properties now. But now we're kind of struggling with scalability.
Yes.
It's common, yeah.
So it's like, how do we get organized? And that's that classic roadmap you're talking about. And
Right.
So that's my biggest struggle right now.
Right. So you've done 8 properties already. Now, when you say you've done 8, you've like wholesaled 8, you've flipped 8, you've got 8 buy and holds. What do you have?
8 buy and holds.
Okay.
And I have leveraged my husband.
Okay.
So he's a contractor, and I've had him renovating the properties that I have found. And I usually typically find them from a wholesaler, or he gets calls because landlords are tired and
Right.
they need to sell. And so we've gotten really good deals from his just contacts.
Right.
But it's not scalable.
Yeah, you're right. Because you can't rehab enough of them fast enough, right?
Right.
Yeah, I get that. So, where are you trying to get to? So, like, you've done 8, and you've done 8 over what period of time?
We've done. We started with 2 unintentional landlord situations.
Okay.
For our primary residence.
Right.
And then in 2013, we moved back to Kansas City and bought a HUD home. I pulled a little bit of money out of my 401k to fund it.
Yeah.
And that was our first actual renovate the whole entire thing. I just from listening to your podcast, I didn't understand the whole refinance, the beauty of the refinance
Right.
piece. And now it was like a game changer.
Right.
And so when I pulled that money out, I didn't realize that we had bought it at 50% of the market value when I refinanced
That's
it.
awesome, isn't it?
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's on to the next one,
Yeah.
to the next one, and to the next one. And so, but now we're getting close, and all these are held under my personal name, and I know my husband can hold another 10
Right.
leverage properties under his name. So,
Right.
you know, what happens when you get to those numbers?
Great question.
Excellent question.
Yeah, because then it becomes an issue about commercial finance.
Yeah.
And because what you're talking about is you're financing properties right now under your own personal credit, debt to income, all of that. You're going under traditional government, insured financing products, which are great 30-year long-term mortgages. But you're limited. You're right that you can only get to 10 in one person's name and 10 in another person's name as husband and wife. Assuming that both of y'all qualify individually, you can get to 20. But most people cap out at 20, and that was one of the things we were talking about in our mastermind group last night. We have a lot of people in our group that want to get to 50 and 75 and 100 and even beyond that over the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. And what you have to go to commercial financing, where it's the deal itself that qualifies for the financing. They're not necessarily looking at you, but they're looking at, does the deal generate, and we talk about it's DSCR, the debt service coverage ratio, and don't want to get too high level on that, but just know that there is a way to do that. You can scale as big as you want.
It's a little different strategy. Once you get to that point, I've helped clients through that.
Yeah,
it's a different strategy. You have to look at deals a little bit different because your terms are different.
Yeah, in fact, Maria, what you ought to do is you and your husband need to come down to our event if you've not ever been before.
Yeah,
and it would be worth the trip down because we talk about those things and a lot of other things. And within our network, it's
a very common
right. It's the number one thing that investors look at is like if I want to get to that next level, like what's your income goal? Where are you trying to get to? Where you say, hey, I've reached financial freedom. How much is that going to take for you?
For me right now, I need to leave my corporate job, and for that,
heck yeah, you do.
That's $5,000 a month.
Okay. And so what? How much is your eight properties? How much of those 8 properties generating in cash flow a month?
Roughly, each one has a minimum of 200. There's some that are as high as 700 because we bought them straight cash.
So what's the total amount then?
I don't have that in front
That's
of
okay.
me.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. When you start running it as a business, you track those kind of things. Those are called your metrics. And so it may be that between the equity that you have, that you're not optimizing the amount of equity that you have in terms of the debt that you have. And so your returns actually go down when you have paid off houses. So let's say you have a house that's worth $100,000, it's paid off, and it's generating, let's say, $900 a month in free cash flow, right? Well, you could take that $100,000 out and go buy 4 more houses that generate $300 a month each in cash flow. You'll have more debt, but you have more leverage, and your appreciation is really where you grow more wealth. And this is when we're trying to do it all ourselves, and we don't have the benefit of experts that have been working with us. That's why, Right Path that helps so many different people.
And the Passive Investor Network.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do. It's literally, it's the math of it, Maria.
Yeah,
and
right.
I will tell you this, just kind of basic numbers, you are very close. I mean, you're just a few, you could hit that goal by the end of the year.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and it's
no
July.
doubt. Yeah, it is July.
And July is the coupon code to get to our event for only $197. So, Maria, thanks for the call.
Thanks, Maria.
We got to go into a break. Thanks, Maria. Okay, how much time?
Man, Maria is really close.
30 seconds, actually.
30 seconds. Okay, I want to. Richard said, I've learned that fear limits you and your vision. It serves as blinders to what may be just a few steps down the road for you. The journey is valuable. Believing in your talents, your abilities, and your self-worth can empower you to walk down an even brighter path, transforming fear into freedom. That is great. Yeah.
How great is that?
That is great. So, Maria brings up some really good points. Maria's much closer than what she thinks. She's doing all the right things, but she's answering her own. She's got these questions, but she's coming up with the answers on her own.
Yeah.
And the good news for Maria is she is so close.
She just needs a few things.
Yeah, what if for the same number of properties that she has, or for the same amount of debt that she has, or for the same amount of equity that she has right now, what if the same amount of out-of-pocket is really what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What if she could be generating not $2,000 or $3,000 a month, but she could actually already be at the $5,000 a month? Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about
You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. 713-785-1817.
Mics are off.
Hey, Mom. Mom just joined.
Hey, Tom's mom.
Yeah.
The founder inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regular.
Hello?
However,
Yes.
Foundation Check utilizes
okay.
Hello.
We quit talking, so you got panicked like we left?
Remember to
Pretty much, yeah.
before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbrokers.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Real estate investors.
2 minutes till we're back.
If you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding
Oh, you're welcome, Maria.
the liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741.
Brian, yeah, I do,
and
but
mention Path Real Estate.
Yeah, so I know you're doing ground up, and Fast Track doesn't do that, but yeah, I've got some contacts for you.
There's a better place to invest. The experts agree.
Send an email to support regarding that, and I'll give it to
JB
Veronica.
Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
All right, guys, mics are hot.
All right, hot mics and hot deals.
It's July, summer, right?
Hot summer, right? So the code is July.
Yeah.
So it's normally $497. You go to rightpathrealestate.com. You get our entire value stack of the weekend event, which is July 21st and 22nd. You can come there, get
there. That's worth it, right?
By
Right
itself.
there, by itself.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the deal analyzer. Done. Right there. It's
Yeah,
worth
that's
it.
it. Yeah.
You get the bus tour.
Yeah.
Done. That by itself, worth it.
Oh man.
You get the three. I mean, this is one of my favorite deals in the whole package.
Yeah.
Because we flew out to California. Jason and Robert flew out to California, and they talked about this mastermind event that we had. It was a 3-hour mastermind where we solve people's, and Richard's talking about that his wife Lindsay, she came out with a full notebook full of notes just from that. She's one of the ones on the video.
Yeah.
And we actually sold that for $997 out in Cal by itself.
Right.
And you get that part of for the $197. I mean, this is
powerful.
The heat is getting to us, folks.
It's hot. It's hot.
All right, you also get the vendor directory. You get the map to success. You get the ebook. You get the vocabulary worksheet. I mean, which is definitions of. So you get to catch up. You don't have to you show up to a networking event. You hear people talking. You kind of you walk up. You're a little bit nervous. People they're slinging lingo, right? And you're like, man, I don't know what they're talking about.
I didn't know. I think probably I was in this business 2 years investing before I really, maybe 3.
Yeah.
All of it in terms of, because we didn't have that.
We didn't.
There wasn't a guide that says here's all the things you need to know vocabulary wise and explains that.
Yep.
I mean, because there's a tremendous, and we take it for granted.
Right. Cap rate, for example.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I got to tell you this story. So one time I was got invited to this networking event. I was at this pizza place close to downtown. And I'm sitting there, and this guy that's been in the real estate business for a long time, he was humble enough to say, "Hey, Tom, you seem to know a lot of the math." And he goes, "I'm embarrassed to say that people talk about cap rate all the time, and I don't really understand what cap rate is." And I was very humbled that he was. I won't throw him under the bus. Or he knows who he is.
Yeah.
Might even be listening.
Right.
And he said, and I said, "Man, that's okay, man. Thanks for trusting me to be vulnerable like that."
Yeah.
And I just walked him through. We did it on a napkin. He said, "I still have that napkin to this day."
That's awesome.
And so I walked him through what cap rate is.
Yeah.
But man, and people don't. That's not normal vocabulary. You don't. You know, you're not in English class doing vocabulary, and they go, "Hey, here's what cap rate is."
Yeah,
it's not. But it's once you know it, it's easy.
Once you understand it, yeah.
But people are talking about cap rate, and you're like, I don't know what that is.
Right.
So anyhow. All right, so you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. What you need to do is go to rightpathrealestate.com. You need to go to the events tab. You need to plan on putting on your calendar next Thursday. We're doing a case study. That's going to be that. This couple, they're amazing. I love them. They've added $3,600 of monthly cash flow, $43,000 of yearly cash flow. They captured $262,000 of equity. Their first year appreciation is going to be $96,000. They did it. You can too.
It's going to be a barn burner.
20 seconds.
They've killed it. And if you want to hear their story, plan on being go to the rightpathrealestate.com. All the event information is on there. Jason will be live in studio on Monday. Follow him on Facebook. He's picking up his brand new camper. Real estate can get you to where you want to be. Thanks for listening, guys. Ryan, thanks for joining me on the radio.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
All right. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Good golf, good tennis, whatever makes you happy.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
All right, gentlemen. Mike's off. Have a good day.
Nicole.
Yeah. All right. Bye, Facebook folks. Thanks. Thanks for being on.